So, sidewalk's a weird ecosystem. I was walking down the street when I got into town today, and there's a woman pushing a stroller, had a baby in it. Little baby waved at me. It was great, but also kind of weird, right? So listen, I didn't know that baby at all. We're not friends by any stretch of the imagination. It turned out just a big misunderstanding. You see, it thought I was a giant baby. That's what was going on. Glad you guys are here. Glad some people aren't here, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about? One time I did a show, there was a baby in the audience, right? Weirder still, it was still in the person, right? You guys follow along at home. You'll get it eventually. It's that's a lot of pressure on me as a comedian. Because sometimes, like, parents with kids that aren't born yet, they'll maybe read them Shakespeare or play them Mozart. Maybe on these chances it'll make them a little bit smarter. But what if the opposite's true, right? What if I say something so dumb, this kid's like a D student for the rest of its life now? Thank you. But what if the opposite of the opposite's true? Like, what if I say a joke so funny, so smart, so groundbreaking, this kid just busts out of its mom's stomach like, that's the funniest thing I ever heard, Phillips, that runs off naked in the woods. Gotta put out an Amber Alert with the police, all right, we got a baby, naked, alone, and with a keen eye for talent. It's out there somewhere, fighting the stars of tomorrow today. For those of you keeping track of my set so far, yes, that is right, I do have 2 baby jokes. Thank you for paying attention. One is clearly better than the other, but I gotta pretend like I love them the same. You'll understand one day. It's tough. I wouldn't be a good father. I'm not a good guy at all. I've done drugs. I've done a lot of drugs. Hold on, you were just clapping for everything. It's Happy, the happy clapper, comes to every show, does his little clappy dance, people give him $1, he goes away for a couple of weeks, comes back. We all know your MO, sir. That's what I do to people who are nice to me, okay? All right, see, but I feel like I'm gonna let you down now. I feel like I'm gonna because I've done cocaine 5 times. 5 times. Oh, no, that's not. First time I was at a party, my friend offered it to me, and I wasn't brave enough to say no. It was peer pressure, pure and simple, right? That was the first time I did cocaine. The other 4 times were because I just done cocaine for the first time, so, I'm gonna just wrap it up on this one, guys. I live in Chicago now. I used to live over there by that Wrigley Field. Any baseball fans here familiar with Wrigley Field? Historic Wrigley Field, right? And it's been around, this is the 100th birthday this year. It was celebrating 100 years. And they're renovating it now, fixing it up so it'll be around for the future, which is kind of cool because you have all these old timers now able to tell about the time they went to Wrigley Field, and I want to be able to do the same thing when I'm an old guy, right? I sometimes wonder what my stories are going to be like, though, right? Like, come over here, all right. Oh. Let me tell you about the time I went to Wrigley Field. Douchebags as far as the eye can see. Douchebags from the north, south, east, and west. Say, I met one douchebag, told me he came all the way from New York City. Can you imagine? Just to get loaded up on old styles, push over a homeless guy, then pass out in the bathroom at Subway. And that's when I spotted your grandmother. Holy cow. Squatting in an alley by herself. Simultaneously pissing, crying, and screaming at someone on a cell phone. The Cubs lost 157-0. So, it's my time, guys. Thanks so much. I'm Dave Phillips.